Commence the body rolling. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Happy Friday. What's up to everyone in the chat? Thank you so much for being here. We get to talk about love story, the way I love this show. I love this show so much, and I know I'm gonna be all bent out of shape when it's gone, but it's here now, and we get to talk about it. But it's not just me. I get to talk about it with Ashley. Ashley, how you feeling today? Are you ready to talk love story?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel well rested. I feel hydrated. And yeah, I'm ready to talk all of the things because this gave me everything I needed. When I saw that little scrimp of a man get tossed around that office, I felt vindicated. I felt vindicated. I said, John, if you won't beat his ass, John. How dare he come for your wife after everything that's going on? I liked this episode. It's a good time every time, but I do feel bad for my girl, Carolyn. Although I think she wanted a piece of this, I don't think she knew the extent of this. But I had a good time over here and I'm ready to talk about it.
Mm. Once again, thank you guys for being here. If you are enjoying the commentary that is being offered up, be sure to like, subscribe, and hype the video because it helps us out. We would love to know your thoughts below. Getting into where we always start, overall thoughts. Chow, what y'all not gonna do is play some Fiona Apple at the end of this episode. That's what you're
Justified.
not. That's what you're not gonna do. I say, oh, they get on my nerves.
Justified.
They get on my nerves. I am such a sucker for like really good music selection. Whoever's on music on this show, it's one thing for the fashions and the aesthetic. I think we discount how the music sets the mood on the show. You can save a sorry show. Ryan Murphy have saved many a sorry shows with some good songs. Whoever is on it, it is like immaculate. It matches the temperament of whatever's going on in the moment. Perfect. And I heard it come on. I said, "Oh my God, Fiona, is that you, girl?" I'm awakened. I'm woke because the way this was my album, just all kind of sad, been out of shape for no reason at all, just young. Love this episode. Love this episode. I really, I've been anticipating this because I think we all really felt like, it's all good on paper, but be careful what you ask for. And this episode was the embodiment of be careful what you ask for. She going through it. they taking taking Carolyn through there. All the way through there in the worst ways possible. And it's like, well, I wanted this, but I didn't want this part. I didn't expect this part. And even if I did, I didn't expect it to be this bad. Is this my life? Is this it? I don't know if I can do this. Between this and John giving up fisticuffs all down in the office, in the workplace, in the professional environment, I said, John, this was just really, really exceptional. And I'm really anticipating how we're going to end this off. Every episode has been flowing like water. I think it's going to be chef's kiss by the end. And we're going to be just sit here like, wow, this is really over. Ashley, overall thoughts on this episode?
Yeah, shout out to Connor Hines. Like to bring this to the screen, to decide to create this and do the majority, the lion's share of the writing. This is a feat, especially for one of like your first big solo projects. So kudos to him, first and foremost. But the direction on this episode was beautiful. What I enjoyed most about it, outside because just watching it, not a ton of things happen that are going to progress the narrative, but what they did an exceptional job of, in my opinion, is letting you know how it felt in those days. Like if you knew anything about Princess Di, and like just this era of the paparazzi was so scary and so wild and so crazy. And I feel like that this episode sat us right there because we had just got a taste of it before, like just a taste, but the literal trauma that this put her in, like, baby, I'm not leaving this house. She's up late smoking cigarettes at night. Like, tweet, Tyra. I was like, go see about Carolyn. I really, really thought this was spectacular because while we have paparazzi now, we don't have it anything like they did in those days. This was the main means of their income, right? They were trying to sell their pictures to the Inquirer, to, all of the big outlets that were primarily paper back then. So I thought it did an exceptional job of communicating not only that, but Carolyn's baby dismay. because it was like, I can't do nothing at this point. I can't even get a new job. I can't, I'm just here. And while seeing John try to do a little bit of something, it's still like he
Did
couldn't
he?
fully protect her. So
Did
it's like
he?
all these promises that he's made,
Yeah, something
we're
wrong.
slowly beginning to see them unravel, from politics to, baby, I'll protect you. I'll show you how to manage this. You didn't equip her for this, John, but this was a great episode. No notes,
Y'all
not many
tried.
notes.
We'll cross that chapter when we get there. He tried. Okay. Fabulous episode. I'm going to tell you, if your playlist does not consist of at least 50% of the songs played this season, you are not popping. Let's move on. Let's move on. But starting here, getting into the honeymoon being over, we're back and we're here. And later, of course, we find out. I think they were in Turkey or wherever they decided to honeymoon, and it was like it was a feat out there. But I kept things hush hush in a way that I can't seem to do here. I didn't want to spoil the moment by letting Carolyn know that the hounds were hounding even on the honeymoon. But that's neither here nor there, because we are here and we are outside. The way I have never yelled so much. I said, John, if you don't run them people over. I said, John, if you don't run those people over. This was so hard to watch, like the clamoring here. And if you like, you're right, if you're not from this area, you're not going to understand. It's like not as profitable at all as it once was, because we have so much access to celebrities and politicians and anybody who has any notoriety to the point that you would want a photo of them and get paid for it. You can just go on Instagram, you can go on a TikTok, you can go. Social media has done wonders in that way, to where it's like, oh well, we don't need that, we can just see them there. This was the only way the people across the world could see what these two were doing and how popular John was at the time. This was front page material. If I get that picture, if I get that story, I am getting paid and I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to get it. We can't even get out the car upstairs to her. I was like, why y'all didn't move? Y'all need to have multiple spots in the city, multiple little locations where you go and lay away. Don't ever let them know what your next move is. It was like these rose tinted glasses of, especially John, because you already knew. But Carolyn, what did you think you were coming back to? What did you think was going to happen? She's like, oh my God, it used to be just a couple here and there. It was never going to be a couple. I'm your wife, Chris. You're the wife now. That has a different notation than you being the girlfriend who's maybe going to be bygone, who knows when, because he has a different blonde every year. Who knows? No, you're his wife now. Okay, there's a demand now for you. And we got up there, and it's just like, cool, be cool, just dress up. And I'm gonna go out and say a few words to the people. Said, hold on, y'all, calm down, be cute about it. He on a first name basis with the people outside. Hey, my wife is still a citizen, not me, because I've been in these streets. But my wife, she's new to this. She's still, reveling when she used to be a citizen, able to walk out on the street solo dolo without anybody clamoring for photos. Can you give her some air? Give her some space to breathe. Come on out, babe. The way we got out and got on the hood ornament and whatnot of this car, and John's, oh, hey, come on, get out. I said, John, if you don't run those people over, fine. We don't want them lawsuits. Where is the security? Where is the security? That was my main thing this episode. There is too much access to the both of them. Let alone John. He's so used to being cavalier, riding his bike around on the trying to be some little hotep hippie. Sir, I am somebody. You are somebody. You have to protect yourself and your wife. And in any way that he wanted to protect her initially, I would think, you know what? Let's put these protocols in place. Let's beef up on some real. I ain't seen a guard in sight. Where are the bodyguards? Where's the security? Where is somebody to make sure she's okay? You cannot do it all by yourself. But this is what he's been doing, and he's wrong for it. Ashley, paparazzi, and a lack of privacy, because there was none.
I can't put it all at the feet of John, right? And I can't put it, and I can't even. So here's the thing. Carolyn knew that there was going to be a certain level of exposure. John knew that as well, because he's lived his whole life like that, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know if she especially, I don't know if it was like naivete, like if it was a lack of just situational awareness and what had happened to his previous girlfriends before. But it seems as though she really thought, like, I know my life's going to change, but it's not going to be that drastic. And I kind of like it, right? But when we get over here, this is like nothing she had ever seen. Like you said before, and I believe Caroline will say it later in the episode, John, this, you love this. You've always loved the spotlight. You know, me and my family, we've kind of, you know, relegated ourselves to the background to try to keep a level of like anonymity, John, but that's never been your life. So I don't want to say he's kind of aloof here, but I do. We can't blame him for the paparazzi because they just doing what they're going to do. And she knew that marrying him. But I will say I do have a heart of compassion because this is beyond. Now, also, Tyra, this is before the era of even a damn real TSA back then. There wasn't the same sort of intense security. And especially there weren't the crackdowns on paparazzi at this time like there were after the deaths of some people. There weren't. There just weren't. There were no limits.
Crackdowns on paparazzi is one thing. I'm talking about personal security just for John. You can make calls and get somebody to stand there and guard Carolyn's body.
He's not gonna do that. He tries to be every man. You get that even in this episode. I'm just JFK, but no, I really, really had a heart of compassion for Carolyn in this. Because again, while I think she should have expected some of this, I don't think there was any way to know they were going to be crawling on the top of the cars, calling her all kinds of names, just out spread out, camping outside. I don't think she knew that. Even before, even in the courting phase, while they were there, they were in the background. The paparazzi was on the other side of the island, snapping shots, Tyra. It was not a 50-11 people out there. I don't think there was any way to really anticipate all of this. I don't. And as far as security, John ain't gonna hire security. It have to get really real crazy.
This is I hate it. I hate it for the both of them because this is the same reason we had our butts on that flight and we shouldn't have been. The audacity. Who are you? Not the everyday. As hard as you are trying, you're not that. And you know you aren't because of the lifestyle that you've led up until this point. Why are you being so delusional to the fact that we can't even hire someone to guard her or have a lot? You have multiple places where it's like, oh, okay, you thought we were here this week. This week we're there. Hell, have a lookalike couple walking out and have them track and follow. Like, where's the protocol? Where is it, Mr. President? Where is it? It's just non-existent, and I can't. And I really have a smidge of sympathy for Carolyn, a smidge. And I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like Carolyn felt like I'm gonna be different. John thought she was gonna be cool because he's accustomed to the women that he's dated. Most of them were celebrities in their own right, and they're used to this already. These actresses, from what it seems like, or a Madonna or whomever. Carolyn thought, and I think that's why she didn't want to rush into anything. And she was kind of consumed with my career, my path. What about what I'm trying to do? I feel like at this point, she thought she had done enough to try to make a name for herself. And she was going to stand next to John, and it was going to be one. Oh my God, it's Carolyn and it's John. No different than it's Daryl Hannah and it's John. And it's looked at as a symbol of some type of power couple, or this was going to boast and boost her in a way that not just maybe not overshines her. She still has autonomy, but she's, famed and given this celebrity in this status, all while occupying this space in her career at something like a Ralph Lauren. I think she thought this was going to elevate her. I think the problem with this and all this press, even though they're hounding, they didn't have a good thing to say about her. If it was oh my God, this classic beauty, she just looks like, oh my God, did you see her? And oh my God, if it was positivity, I don't think she would have been tripping in this way. The fact that it wasn't, I think that made it even worse. But I think she thought that this was elevation. I do not care. There is no way you get with John and you don't know what's happening. I never expected this. What did you expect? A quiet life? Girl, miss me with that. I don't know. I had a little piece of sympathy for her. I'll throw a couple of crumbs her way. Just a little piece. But getting here, I already knew where this was going when we got back, from the honeymoon. And it's just like, yeah, I left, I left Calvin. Now I can get over here with Ralph Lauren. But it's like, well, babe, with who you are in this status, you probably can go anywhere that you want. No, I don't want that. I want my own job based off of my own talent and my own merit for what I've done in my career so far. I don't want nothing to do with that. And then we get here and it's this. I knew that this was going to go left because I was like, oh, Carolyn is completely delusional. Why would you think that going here to go with Ralph Lauren would be any different than you working for Calvin? Now, of course, Calvin, you have that relationship that predates, your career, and that little contingency with him feeling like you owed something. Like there was history there, so that's different. But the whole themes of you being bigger than the program, it was going to flow anywhere you went. At this point, it was always going to be there. It wasn't going to be any different with Ralph Lauren. And then of course we it looks like, they're into her and we want to give her the job, and this is just all great. And then we come out and it's like, oh, I could never mind anything that was said upstairs. I can't work here. Look at what's going on. And of course she's overwhelmed. And I felt sorry, but it's just like, I it's just delusional behavior to me. Ashley?
This to me was kind of just desserts. And I don't have any sympathy really for Calvin and everything that happened, or not, yeah, Calvin, that everything happened last episode with that. But baby, the reason you quit Calvin Klein was exactly the reason you can't really go work for any major fashion house or anyone really at this point. I really thought she was going to have the wherewithal to launch something of her own agency or something, after she came up with all those excuses for Calvin, like, yeah, I think my star has just risen so much. I don't want to be a distraction to your brand. So you come over here to Ralph Lauren, like you're not going to be a distraction to their brand. And what's crazy is that the people interviewing her clearly were as delusional as she was in this moment, because yeah, we can't wait to have you on until we see the barrage of paparazzi in and out. But you already knew that, and you spoke that on your life, Carolyn, my dear, I fear. So really, like I said, I was really hoping that she had something in her back pocket when she left Calvin, like, oh, either I'm going to be this kept wife and I'm going to maintain this socialite status, get involved with the charities, do what the white waspy people do, from the Upper East Side. I really didn't think she would have been serious about going and working for anyone after that. Like, now, see, this is the more than, again, the weight of all of that, because I really don't think she knew to what scale that was going to be, or that her life would be halted. But I did at least think that she knew, I can't have a traditional career anymore. That's not going to be my journey. So for her to even take this interview to go up there just to be like, yeah, I can't do it. And for later, John, you want me to call Ralph?
Call somebody.
You want me to call Calvin? Do you want me to call either one of them? Like, we can rewind this. We can get this going. I was like, yeah, baby, no, you can't work. Start your own thing. This is when I wanted her to be inspired and do something of her own. But, we'll see.
I don't know. It was just like, oh God. It was very, I said, yes, Deborah wears Prada with this trench coat. She be looking good. I said, girl, the looks, the looks and the boots. She gonna eat down. She gonna serve a look. But I was like, are you insane? I just couldn't believe that she went down here like this, or said what she said to John before she ever got here. Now look at here. Y'all trying to make me cry. Y'all trying to make somebody cry. I really wish we got more of Anthony, because if you follow John's story at all, you know how close they were and what he meant as a friend and as a cousin. This was just the end all to be all. This is the closest person to him. And there's just prep for loss in this way, because the cancer has returned, and we see John just dealing with it and swallowing that. Like, and John is very Mr. Fix It. What can I do? It's one phone call away. It's nothing. So he gonna call it the Surgeon General? You can't fix or call anybody. This is just something that you really don't have any control over. I fought it as much as I could, and it returned, and it's just that. And we're going to keep on living, because let's just go get these drinks, and I don't really want to even think about it. Let's just hang out. This was sad, because he's, one of the closer people to John, and it's this anticipation of loss for him, but that he passes kind of like directly after John, so it was kind of reverse. This was just really, really sad, and I just really appreciated Anthony reading the room. And let me look. Carolyn looks like she needs a breath. Come on out. Let me get you away from the witches. Come on, let's just sit and have a kiki and just talk about what's all about to be laid at your feet, and decisions you have to make in these charities. And that doesn't always have to be that in this space. That is in this space, but there's also people like me who know what it is, and I'm just strictly here for friendship and us just being there for one another. It was just a really sweet moment, and really sad to see John so sad about losing someone, and it was going to be reversed, and Anthony was going to lose someone. Ashley, you're muted, Ashley.
I've been staying out of the real life situation, so I didn't know when.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Basically, this was very strong foreshadowing, and a lot from both sides. Honestly, a lot of the conversation, a lot of the words used were like, okay, that's ominous. Like we know where this is going, and it's really sometimes hard to tell a story when we know that there's this cloud looming over it. Like we know everybody's going to die, so it's like, how do we, how do we, how do we kind of put ourselves in the situation to really live in the moment? I thought the conversations that we had in the introduction to Anthony was really, really important this episode, because I really feel like it centered what was important versus what's not. Like, yeah, Carolyn, you have all these issues. John, you think you have all of these issues, but he's dealing with something real. I think it also spoke to the man that JFK Jr. Wanted to be, which
Mhm.
is, first of all, someone well acquainted with grief and sorrow. Like, you've lost already a ton of people at this very young age. And now the prospect of losing someone else, I don't think is something he can mentally grasp, like, at all. So then you come up and, people talk about this term toxic positivity. And that's where it comes, right? Like, for me not to acknowledge the real thing, but just press like, you're going to be fine, because I don't want to see that right now.
Yeah.
And what I thought was really interesting is that we see it in dynamics in real life all the time. People come with real life issues, and a lot of times, to make your own self comfortable, you'll kind of ignore the real situation and be like, oh no, it's fine, we're going to get you through this, we're going to push through it, right? Because it's uncomfortable for you, because it's not a feeling that you want to deal with. Like you said, this is probably right now, outside of Carolyn, the closest person to him. And the idea that I can lose you, no, I'm not going to even accept it. I'm not going to receive it. I'm not going to accept it. And as terrible as it is, we then make it about us and not the person really going through the thing. And that's what
Mhm.
I felt throughout it all. And then when we get to the conversation he has with Carolyn, because he does her a solid here, because again, I see everything for what it is now. Anthony knows he's on his way out, and he knows that this is all, this is all vanity. Like, it's all going to fade at some point. What I didn't quite like in the interaction was, I didn't know how I felt about her coming up with this information that John had probably told her in confidence, because Anthony did seem surprised she knew so much. Like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, you're doing the trial. John told me you're going to start the trials and you're going to do all that. And he's like, did he now? Like, he's telling you all that. I don't know how I
Mhm.
felt about that. It felt like kind of like I don't
Yeah.
know if that was appropriate in the moment, Carolyn, but she has a penchant for being inappropriate at the
Yeah,
most
I was
serious
gonna say
times.
it's a tendency to do the most, and I think she's she's just nervous, and they love to like image wise. I love how we always have onlookers like, oh look at her, she's working the room. Oh, of course she knows how to work a room, and meanwhile she's in the I got to do what? What charity? I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about that. Who? I need to get 50% to what? I need to become a women's member, lady. What? She doesn't know. She like, did you what did you study when you were studying, Carolyn? I'm curious to know. What did you study other than who John was and how he looked? Because it don't seem like we did too much homework. But yeah, we this is right over there with dump them, date them, dump them. What was it called? What was the mantra?
Oh, she's a date them, train them, dump them, baby.
Yeah, just talking. Like, why would you say that? Date them, train them, dump them. No, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. But this was sad. I was like, oh, he's such a
What?
great person.
He
I
seems
just
kind.
like him. He did the little faint cough, like I just wanted to get you away from those heifers. I didn't want anything. I'm okay. Oh, here we get to the family. Sid said, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Well, John's over there. I'm gonna be. What are you doing for yourself and your career?" Nothing. Silence. I don't know right now. I don't know. It just seems like everyone around Carolyn can read into something so easily as far as what is and what's not going on between her and her dynamic with John, and she's just oblivious. Like, well, I don't know. John said that we're gonna be fine, and well, don't you find it a little peculiar that he asked the paparazzi for blessings to be bestowed upon you and your privacy and your citizenship? He didn't ask for that for himself. He's lived a different life than you. He if he had the chance and it was a different partner, he might be one to really boast and bask in the paparazzi clamoring and the pictures, and whereas he's making adjustments for you and your side, he's not doing that for him because that's just not his priority. Oh, well, yeah, there's that. Okay. Like, she's just so overwhelmed and just completely out of it. And then we go have dinner, directly in the front window of the restaurant. I said, Carol, get a booth in the back. Just get a booth in the back. Like, at this point, more time goes by and Carolyn is really feeling it. And it's getting to the point of, well, when I first met you, down to the party, we were talking about mom and why she wasn't really contacting me or her thoughts, and she knows, things about you before you even do because of the press. But now it's turning into bold and complete lies, and it's alienating the family. Nobody really knows what to think. You're kind of on this mountain and you're not as approachable as you once were, even for your own mother. I was like, oh gosh. Oh god, it's just really really disturbing. This is where I have an elm of sympathy because this hits differently. Because now, this is yesteryear of people in these tabloids. You remember, be like, is this true? It has to be true. They printed it in the paper. My daughter, my child. Well, what is it? If I do have questions about it, can I really call her? Is she reachable and attainable now like she once were? I don't even feel like she belongs to me anymore because she belongs to the world and she's with John. I'm not calling her. The rest of the family isn't. And the people, no, nobody. She's just Carolyn on this mountain alone. And it's just like, well, what are you doing right now? Well, I'm currently, alienating and subjecting people to paparazzi, anybody who's in 10 feet of me. I'm not doing well. Ashley, how did you feel about this conversation with her sister?
So, I mean, all right, mama, you got up there and gave your grand speech and you can't call your child. Granny can't call her. I mean, pregnant crack whore is crazy. I don't know. But for me, if my mama was still in the land of the living and she read somewhere that her daughter was a crack whore, as the people then called her, okay, she's on crack. She does explicit drugs. Like, yes, illicit drugs. She's doing the absolute most, and she's pregnant. You look how full her face is. My mama gonna see about me. Whatever we got to do to get there to see about me. I thought this spoke more to the family dynamic, wasn't all what we thought it was initially, in this moment. Because while that's that, right, the tabloid, the lies, it costs nothing to pick up the phone. Baby, I need to hear your voice. I need to make sure you're good. And the fact that the sister is kind of the go-between intermediary, it's telling for me about what the relationship was. Are we to believe that this nuptial is the thing that separated the family? Because again, as for me in my house, there's nothing in this world that would have separated my mama from me or finding out about me or seeing about me. So I can't relate to that moment. But as far as the career and whatnot, sister's supposed to be savvy. Isn't she dealing with like IPOs and in the
Yeah,
whole different world
yeah.
of business and corporate? Girl, you know what it is. You should be coaching your sister to start her own thing. The conversation around John, everybody saw this but Carolyn. John is gonna John. He likes it. He's America's sweetheart. He's America's, what do they call it? The American shining sun or whatever it is. I mean, that's what he likes. Like, it's not a surprise he don't mind the paparazzi. It's not a revelation. It's not like that's his life. I think the hope was and the idea was that he would do a better job of protecting Carolyn. But it's like the whole Meghan Markle Prince Harry thing. If they have this favorite son, right? Any woman that comes into his orbit is automatically going to be vilified. And
Mhm.
that's the part I don't think Carolyn fully expected. Like, I'm great. Like, why wouldn't America love
Um,
me? Maybe because they love him more. It's always going to be that. I hope sister starts coming through with some wisdom because this was
mhm.
not helpful at all to me. Like,
It
it,
was the window display. What did the window? It said could have been you. Like it was the the bride with the headless bride with on the mannequin. Could have been you. Could have been anybody. Like she's one in a million. It could have been you. She won him. You could have been with John. Like all of that and the crack whore of it. Mom and sis are giving. Told you so. Especially mom. It's giving. She's reading those tabloids. I told her not to marry that man. I told her not to. I told you so. It's a little tinge of told you so and some aggravation here. It's like, well, yeah, I'm trying to congratulate you on your new position, and yeah, this is a bit too much. I gotta go, Carolyn. Just like, you too. Yeah, we told you not to. It was like, but now we're in it. Y'all just support her in the best way you can. Y'all can't leave her out here to die alone. Like, told you so. Like, I told you not. I told you that it would be this. Did you think we were playing? She said, so what is mom doing? Mom's gonna call me and give another speech. Then by the time we get to this dinner 2 months later, why isn't she calling me? Why isn't she calling me? Because it's giving a tinge of disappointment. Told her not to marry this man. But I ain't come to play with you. I am Caroline, and Caroline is me. By the time we get on down to this dinner, we didn't come to play. We didn't come to coddle. I didn't come to hold your hand. She is so mad. And I love how the writing plays around with because you have multiple opportunities in every episode to side eye John or Carolyn. In this situation with the baby girl, and it's like, yeah, let's just go and get some chocolate, and can you come with me? And it's just like, oh sure, we can go get some chocolate. Let's go downstairs. And Carolyn's look like, you bird. Why would you bring her down? Why would you bring her down here to be captured with the? It could be something innocent, or it could be like a favor moment where it's like, well, I'm not being blessed at all in the eye of the paparazzi. Let me come on down. They can get a couple of snapshots of me with the daughter to show that I'm in the in crowd. I'm with the family. Look, I'm Auntie Carolyn. I don't know. I just didn't know how to feel about it, because it's like, I didn't think that they would break their necks to get a picture of me and baby girl. Like, I didn't think it was that deep. Like, I'm not with John. Did you really? She said, "Ho, is you cool? Are you cool?" She said, "Come on in here. I need to have a couple of words with you. Get yourself together." It was giving grow up, put your chin up, put your big girl panties on, and realize where you are, who you are, and the responsibility that you have to yourself and to this family. Girl, you're a Kennedy now. You're a Kennedy now. There's always going to be people clamoring for a photo of you. You have to be thinking about always protecting yourself, especially protecting the family, especially my child. Please don't ever go out there and put us on Front Street again. Let's not do that. I just didn't know. Actually, what did you think Carolyn's intent was in this moment? Was it innocent?
Girl, I don't know. Maybe she thought because this building does have a doorman and it's more secure. I can't run nothing by her, because I still feel like she's very strategic. They're not gonna let me let that go in this moment. I still feel like there's a very calculated element to her. However, what we've built up to this point, just in the show strictly, is Carolyn love the kids. Carolyn love the kids, and was the baby gonna go on her own out there? I mean, either way, it was a whatever situation. I will say this: Caroline got on my damn nerves. Caroline, and listen, that is your child, but have your children. Talk about, where's my other child? Oh, you should have been watching them. Why aren't they in the back with the nanny in the first place? Why are they in grown folks' business? Why are they here in the midst of this party? Go see about your own children, and then you wouldn't have to worry about whether or not I held her hand and took her to the doorman to get a piece of candy or whatever it was. I didn't like Caroline's attitude this entire time. But was there an element of truth? I might have not liked the delivery, but she wasn't all the way wrong. Because like she said, Carolyn, you chose this baby. This is the life you chose. Well, I thought that you would be able to relate to me and have some sort of empathy, because
have a choice.
Baby, I was born into this. It ain't on me, it's in me, baby. You're different. We are totally different. Me and you, we are not the same. I said, Caroline, now damn it. What I don't think Carolyn was gonna let anything happen to that baby.
Of course not.
I don't think she was gonna. I thought this was explosive. I think Caroline was already upset about her issue with John, and I think she was taking it out here on Carolyn. But I won't run anything by anybody at this point.
I don't. I'm telling you, a little piece of it gave like, oh, look at Carolyn love the kids. Jeez. I just it kind of gave that same energy of baby sis, big sis step aside. I'm gonna let Carolyn stand beside me on the wedding day because sacrifices have to be made. It gave kill two birds with one stone. I don't know, but I'm not gonna give Caroline this villain edit because I mean, how long are we supposed to handle you with kid gloves?
She never handled over kid gloves though, Tyra.
That's
Caroline
what
been nasty.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, so don't. I don't have time to play with you. I don't. It's just if it was anybody else, like she said, you had a choice. This is what you chose for yourself. You could have went anywhere with anybody, but you're here with John. So act accordingly. How long are we supposed to wait? And just once again, you can't do that because now you're a Kennedy. Like, girl, come on. I don't have time.
I think we could have grace. I think Caroline could extend more grace, especially if she wanted to be a good sister and really welcome in a new family member. I think there's a way you can do that with some empathy, with some grace, and not all this
I don't
judgment.
think she was going to because you brought someone in here.
That I don't. You. She was. This was
She
never
was
going to
never
happen.
going to. I think it would be different if John married a particular kind of woman and someone who was more equipped and ready for their particular type of limelight. You didn't. So now it's like you bring them, I don't know what movie is that at. What movie that is, but it's like you bring somebody in here. So you brought somebody in here who ain't got nothing, pulling them off on family. Like you brought somebody in here and now we all have to act accordingly. I'm not. Like get your girl, get it together because we got kids around here. I don't know. I don't know. I might, I'm a little tough. Caroline said, and but this is where the real smoke was. This was the real smoke. John said, I shut all this down.
Period. And will.
I said, what? Now before we get to that discussion over there about George Magazine and whatnot, we have this sit down and it's like, well, yeah, I thought you would be all for, using your relationship for publicity or getting some pictures of you and Carolyn. You're down there with this doc about to narrate all about, your father. So what? I don't know nothing about that. Who using my name for what? It's the husband. It's like, what?
Ed. Girl, Ed better.
I understood both sides, but it is not for Caroline to make the assumption of, well, you do everything else. You like the limelight for everything else. What is this happy birthday, Mr. President? What is this happy birthday to you? It's like, well, that was cheek. That was, a little. It's like, yeah, it was nothing. She was like, it was shameful. How dare you? This was disrespectful as hell. Yet and still, you use it to sell your magazines. You do all kind of things. You like the limelight. You want to do this and that. But the moment the people, he said, well, you would maybe get a little limelight if you ever did anything about. She said, I wrote 2 books.
You do anything with your life?
I wrote 2 books. If you ever had an independent thought and tried to go somewhere and do something, I wrote 2 books. Damn it, read them. Pick up a book. I've tried things, John, but yet and still, I am not front and center, and I don't carry the weight and the celebrity that you do. And now we want to have a little piece of doc. My husband, get a little something off your name between you and Dad. Why can't we have a piece of the pie? Why can't my man do something? It's like, yeah, I shut it down. So we ain't gonna do nothing. You did what? I shut it down. Now, of course, eventually we do get into an apology and some forgiveness, but I was like, the audacity, ma'am, you don't get to make those choices. But not one lie was told about John and how comfortable he is. But it's like, it's on my time. I say when, I say who, I say how much. You don't get to make that decision for me. It's just like everybody else that I feel like are clamoring at me. You don't get to use my name to make money for yourself or Dad or whatever. Keep me out of it. Your husband can do whatever he wants to do. But how you gonna put my name on it, Ashley?
John went wrong, in my opinion, because who the hell is Ed talking about? Ed want his time too. Ed wants to do something. That wasn't your damn daddy, Ed. You ain't even meet the man. Go somewhere, sir. JFK was not your daddy, sir. And I know it's cute. You married in, but you are not a Kennedy. How dare you with this? Oh, I thought it would just be hell no. It's not. And don't have me doing anything. And now I got to throw the little munchkin all around the office getting disrespectful because of something you did. I ain't even do it. Caroline, girl, like, it's, to me, the and again, this, I think, just goes to show how kind of broken the bonds have become between them. I think they did a really good job initially of kind of framing how they had come together in grief and it's like this, but now I think that resentment that she's probably held for a long time,
Mm.
just about the celebrity of her brother and how he's, received, versus how she's taken the back seat but he's in the limelight. I think this is spilling over now because there's no way in your right mind you think your husband should have the autonomy to make those sort of decisions, around the family name, and then to put him on it. Like, yeah, he's gonna, for this doc, he's gonna do the narration.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, nah. And I think
Sold
at
it.
this point in his life, John is finally standing up at least one way or the other. No, I'm not just going to go along with it. No, no, no. I'm tired of it. I'm not going to keep being put in this position. But I really think a lot of this was Caroline's, kind of below the surface resentment coming to the surface
Mm-hmm.
now. I think, again, she's still pissed about the marriage with Carolyn because that was a bad choice for your life. You're not doing what you need to do to carry on legacy. This is not how we were raised, John. We weren't raised like this. And I think that's more about what this is. The magazine, I mean, Ross, everybody make the joke. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Like, I think she took that to the level. Jackie gone. Who is it hurting?
How
Jackie
dare you?
gone, baby.
How dare you?
Jackie gone, honey. Who's there to get mad about it? Who's there to get offended, sister? But yeah, I think I wasn't mad at John. This was the one time I was not mad at
No,
John, and
I
I said,
wasn't
"Stand
mad.
on business, sir."
I wasn't mad. If you would have tried to go off and do whatever, but how are you gonna tell somebody that I'm gonna narrate something and attach my name? No, can we not do that? Attach your name to it and see what happens. Caroline is like, well, I can't do that. Don't nobody. Well, that's not my fault. Maybe you should have written more than 2 books. Say, oh God, I wrote 2 books. Damn it. Oh Lord, we apologize later. They make amends, but that little situation with Caroline has been bubbling under the surface for quite some time now. It's just been peeking through a little bit. But in the midst of this entire episode, I was like, what is John's plan? What is John's plan? Well, we have Carolyn have, strong themes of career and what she wants to do with her life and a passion. John is just foiling. We have him come in. Oh gosh. So are you training for some marathon that I don't know about? It's like, oh no, I got this. I'm gonna, make a little cameo in an episode. She's like, well, yeah, maybe they can write you in. You really think? No, John. I'm joking. No, I don't think that, John. What are you doing? When we start the episode and Carolyn's giving her little tidbits down at George, and he's like, "So yeah, they're gonna come with us, and then we're gonna have the meet." What do you mean we? We're gonna what? You know I don't work here, right? You know I don't work for you, right?
Look at
You
you.
sure? Because I could. It's no thing. I could wrap you up, put you in a cute little cubicle over there, get your little office. Just like, yeah, no, I have my own ambitions and things that I want to do. I do not want to work in that way. But even with this, we have him come in after this run, and it's like, the tabloids are getting a little antsy with what they're saying about me and things that I'm being subjected to, or even how they're clamoring every time we come out of this apartment. These remember when you said this protection, and I'm not feeling like there's any protection right now, Jen. Oh no. No, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be just chill. Like, it's there. I have things in motion. As far as his relationship and continuing on with Carolyn in this state and what's really going on, and even his career. Actually, what is John's plan? Because I don't see one.
Girl, the political pundit and strategist is there trying to recruit him. A senator sounds better than what you are now, buddy. Like, isn't that a thing? And now we're going on Murphy Brown, and don't sleep. Murphy Brown. I don't even know if it's streaming anywhere, but go check it out, honey. Murphy Brown is a good time. You say, yeah, I got a walk on role for Murphy Brown. It could be a thing.
Murphy Brown ain't on nothing.
That used to be the show. That used to be the show. But no, I was really like, okay, I was like, oh, he's still in the space. Because we know at this point, George is a foregone conclusion at this point. I honestly think acting is what he's passionate about. Talking about, I got to get this holiday 15 off. Like, yeah, I gained a little bit of weight. I need to be svelte for my upcoming TV role. And maybe that should have been the lane that he ultimately pursued. He was a pretty face. He could have learned some lines, done some
Wasn't
action
enough.
stuff. It was a different time. You know what I
It
mean?
wasn't enough, Ashley. He couldn't be John F. Kennedy Jr., the actor. That wasn't going to fly.
Ronald Reagan was an actor, wasn't he, before he was president? I
Well,
mean,
yeah, but before, I think just with the caliber and the family legacy, everybody just would have, even mom. It was like you and these little activities. First, you wanted to do this, and now you want to be an actor. You need to get serious, but it needs to be in the family way as far as seriousness. I think there was so much stigma around it that even if he was like his who he is would overshadow any movie, he just couldn't do that.
I mean, it was fun. And this was the era of cameos. He
Yeah.
almost could have made a
Yeah,
cute
he could do
boy
that.
just doing
He could
cameos.
do a little cute
Um,
cameo, but you can't be no actor, Bookie. I'm sorry, you just can't.
I think if he really would have had a real talent, I think, but I'm a forever optimist. I think anything could have been possible. However, what I will say and what I do like is kind of now we can have a conversation around, as a 33-year-old man, 32-year-old man, are you expected to have it all figured out? Like, to think that this is just back in the 90s and now people are well into their 50s just getting a grasp on, who do I want to be? How do I want to show up in the world? What do I want my life to mean? And he was expected to have that all planned out by 30. That's crazy. And even when we're talking about it, our judgment of him around, well, he should have a plan. He should know where he's going. But at 30, did we?
Well, of
Did
course
we?
not. Of course not. But unfortunately, and it's tragic to put that kind of pressure on him. It was, and it says a whole lot about, like, today that wouldn't have been a thing. Like, it could have been like, but just back then, that was just the culture. You have to do these things, and you have to live up to your father and everybody else before that. Your family name means something in these streets, and you just trying to run around and be a cameo. You trying to be an actor? Really? Please, John. And I would love. I'm gonna have to go look and search. I want to see John in action. I want to see if he could act. I want to see. I want to see. I'm gonna go look and find and see if there's some videos on YouTube of John acting out here in these streets.
Lord.
Well, leaving this here, child. Okay. Okay. Now there was already beef. There was already beef episodes ago because Michael, I'm not trying to hear it. Mike said, "Look at here, I don't want to hear nothing about nothing, John. We are making it very clear, baby. George is falling apart. There will be no magazine real soon if we don't get some butts in these seats. Damn near. The best thing that we could do is capitalize off of your marriage. Let's put that on the forefront. Let's do some cover. Let's sell it." It's just like, no. And I love how John always leads with, well, Carolyn wants and respect and the privacy, and it's never us. It's never we want. It's always Carolyn. Like, if it was up to me, I'll be, boy, say less. I'll be front and center, but I have to consider my wife and what she wants, and she doesn't want to exploit our relationship in that way, and I'm going to honor that. Respect. It's just like, fine. After we leave that meeting, baby, John already fed up. He'd already had a day. It's already been a time. And you come in here after I didn't have to console my wife in the beginning, all about the paparazzi and the emotion. It's like, get off my back. He said, give me a moment, please. Can you please calm down? It's just like, well, I don't want to hear that. We don't have any more time. We don't have any more leadway, any leverage, anything to sponsor. What is that in the magazine? Actually, what is that? The people who ad, like the ad folks who pay for it. Like, it ain't no money. They're broke.
Oh yeah, no sponsors. No, yeah.
No nothing. Like
the
magazine is failing, and if we don't do something about it now, all of what I put into this, because it's not you. You did what you did what you're supposed to do. Whatever, you added your name, you showed up to that press release and stuff. But all my work and the passion that I have for something that you pretended to care about is gonna go down the drain. I need answers, and I need you to do something now. Child, the way he said, "Can you please?" He said, "Your wife." I don't want to hear that. I don't give a damn, you little Kit Kat. I don't give a damn what you have going on personally. This is work. This is a job. It's like, I know the hell you not. He said, don't you ever disrespect my woman. Fighting in the office. Fighting in the office, child. I say, oh, the fighting in the office was absolutely hilarious. I fell out because I understood both sides. I just, this was never John's true passion. This was never anything he truly wanted to do. This is all under that same umbrella of I have to do something, and it needs to be something of means, something, that's going to move and shift pop culture. It has to have more purpose than me maybe pursuing my real passion of wanting to be an actress. But I don't want to get into politics. So what's the next, like his sister said, you could have done anything, George, this magazine, but you don't want to be in politics and you don't want to follow behind, dad's name. Really? Why'd you do this magazine then? But was this what he wanted to do? No. So he didn't care about it. He didn't care about it. So the aspect of it failing is just like, well, you win some, you lose some. I really could give a damn. What's my priority now is what's going on with my wife and what's just in my inner space. John is not good at multitasking. John and Carolyn really reside in a space of, especially John, it's almost like this arrested development because he was stifled for so long, especially by mom and even the sister, of being able to do as he pleased all the time. And it was kind of just this boyish charm, just getting him by and these relationships and living his life. And, that's just that. But now you're expected to grow up overnight and make all of these decisions that he's not ready for. So at this point in this magazine, we are acting accordingly and being irresponsible as hell. This grown, aggressed man here, he could give a damn. Like any other job, this is work. I don't care about your personal life. You either get with it or get lost. All the cursing and you're fired. He said, I quit and F you, F this job, F the horse you rode in on, John. This was funny, but it's also it says a lot about Mike's and John's character because John, this is not how we conduct business. Michael, this is not how we conduct business. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. The hands were deserved, but we're not going to sit here and act like John ever gave a damn about this magazine. Ashley?
And he wasn't supposed to. Like I said last time, he was the name and the face. Berman, you look like a worker. Get to work, buddy. With looking cockeyed at this table, little munchkin, militant munchkin. And I'm glad he got drop kicked because some things require violence. There, I said it. You come in here talking about F my wife, I'm a tragedy. I could give a F about all of this. You ain't never been nothing, John, but a tragedy. You're just a sympathy case. You're blah, blah. Like I said, Berman was never his friend. Berman has always secretly hated him and been jealous because John was fine and he looked like he was also from the Shire. I don't know if the Shire just let all of the hobbits loose over the last year, but I'm overseeing these little mean mini people out here just wreaking havoc and chaos. He deserved to get drop kicked across that room as he did. And I was saying it even before it happened. I said, you better fight, John. If you don't fight, I'm going to fight you. You better drop
really, mama,
ass across the room. It's hateful. It was hateful and it was weird. Berman has always talking about this was his best good friend. He was never your friend, JFK Jr. If he was, he would have known who you are. He would have known you were just there to be pretty. And he would have got to work. He would have got to work. He would have got to work like one of the seven dwarfs, like he is. I'm over him. I hope we never him again on the show. His gives me off to the highest level of passivity. And also, why are you always coming for a woman? Lead us about you and John. There you go. Carolyn. That's his wife, sir. Are you mad?
Yeah, I am.
Giving jealousy. Outside of everything else is giving jealousy. You know who he is. You know who John's been. He's going through a very hard time right now.
Oh, please.
I need...
Please.
Because it never gave John was going to go there and go to work. It never gave.
Then why'd you pretend? Why did you sell that to me? I'm never just going to shat on Michael like that. Michael was wrong, especially in this instance, because you don't say anything about my wife. But he's not wrong to have expectations of John to play his part. He should.
Play a part.
I'm supposed
all
to.
All the brand deals they got up to this point are because of John. He said, "Listen,
I'm supposed to double." John has done nothing. Not work-wise, no.
He's not supposed to, Tyra. He's the face. He is not the
Yes, you
brain.
are. Yes, you are.
Listen. You're hiring JFK Jr. to be the brains of your operation. Then you need to be
No,
committed
you're
as
not
well.
the. You're no. He didn't. That's the thing. I didn't want the brains. I wanted you and your little fab ass to show up and take some pictures. Because at first you were all, oh, well, I can't be on the cover. I don't want to be front and center of this magazine. We're going to get some other celebrities, but I don't want to ever be on it. But now I can't, well, I don't want to be on it because Carolyn said, and we can't exploit our relationship in that way. Well, I can't do this. Well, I can't show up to endorse this brand or sign this paper because I'm busy with my own personal problems. If you don't pull up them draws, John, I don't have time. I don't have a problem with Mike in that way because I'm not going to be mad at somebody for the first time, maybe in John's life, handing his ass back to him. Because, sir, please.
That was never his friend, and I don't think
they were friends. It was never a friend.
Went to college together. If y'all went to college together and you claim to know him, that is not somebody you would have partnered in business with, expecting him to pull all-nighters to be, because that was the expectation. Don't get it twisted. Like, the pictures was cute, and John did some of them, right? But my wife has turned down Vogue, Vanity Fair. You think she's gonna pop up for George? She's already doing the layouts and doing the other work.
It ain't about that. I don't care about that. You better pop up for something or your little dream is going to go down the drain. And just because you don't, all of a sudden now it's not a priority because you never cared about it, I'm just supposed to let it fail? And then go throw something in my face. You know damn well I'm a nobody. I'm not a looker. So why don't you sign the paper and go say, oh yeah, nobody gives a damn about you. I know that. That's why I'm asking you to at least the shallow end of what you're supposed to handle on your part as far as your appearance, for who you are and your name. That's all you're supposed to provide. I'm asking you for a freaking signature and you can't sign a paper because you busy?
He would have signed it.
He wasn't signing nothing.
I don't think we can go into something knowing who a person is and all of a sudden expecting something different when it comes down to the wire. It never gave this was going to be an equal partnership. It never gave he was really going to operate on your time. You knew the level of his celebrity. You were hoping you'd have been able to fully capitalize off of it. I think John did. Listen,
I'm not finna play no penalties because you wanted to play dress up in a suit and come to work for a day. Because you wanted to play school. I'm gonna come on down here.
You should have made the deal. You shouldn't have went in business with him.
I wanna get on a magazine today. Let's go to work, to the salon. What the hell if you don't get your ass in here and do some work? The bare minimum of work at that, because I'm laying all the stuff on the ground floor. I'm doing all the grimy stuff. I just need you to show up when you're supposed to show up. Have that pretty smile and sign that paper and rosy up to those people who are willing to sponsor and support this magazine. I'm asking you to smoosh. You can't smoosh.
John did enough. That's why it got the readership that it got up to this point. No, I'm serious. Because if Berman was for real and he truly had the courage of his convictions, he's not walking out at the first sign of stormy weather. Okay?
This is not the first sign. We're about to go down. They wasn't. The magazine about to be in the street. Magazine is it's not about to be no magazine.
Outside of John himself, we have to look at the connections, the calls that he would have been willing to make. I just think Berman played this wrong. I don't think it ever had to even go to this level. I think there was a way to be able to utilize John, his connection, to make it work. I just feel like Berman had no business.
Gloves, pat him on his back. Oh, take all the time you need. What people have done to him and for him his whole life, which is why we are in a way and in the prospect that we are in. Oh, John, we can wait. It's fine. No.
I think Berman need to have some insight in his own vision to make something shake. I feel like he was there resting on his laurels as well to try to see what John was going to do. Why don't you figure something out, buddy? Why don't you figure out that face? All right? Why don't you do that?
Thank you so much, DeMarcus, for the super chat. BET Plus folded to Paramount, and Paramount acquired Tyler Perry's. I don't know nothing about that. Ash, do you know about this?
Yes, it actually just happened, and officially in June, they will be now on Paramount Plus, and even Tyler Perry's portion of it. They'll be streaming all of the BET content, all the movies, TV shows, original series. This is the most recent acquisition for Paramount. It's a big deal.
I had no clue. Oh my goodness. Not BET, not Black Entertainment Television. Thank you so much once again, DeMarcus, for the super sticker on the other side. We appreciate you.
High five.
It's gonna be all right. Go on, let that magazine go down the toilet because we did not care about it, and we knew we didn't care about it. And how I know that there was where there's fire, there's smoke. Okay, because we gonna get to that one minute because John, them words hit John in a way because some of it was true. Try honesty. You say, can you just try being honest? Can you try some honesty? The way John is still sitting here lying. We sat here and we sat down to apologize to our sister. I love that Carolyn, with all that she had going on, she still stepped in. She's like, you need your sister. Y'all need each other. Go apologize. Go make it right. I don't care what happened in that room. It's like, all right, let me go sit down. It's like, well, I'm sorry. I didn't have to say, I'm sorry. I didn't. Well, what do you expect? Like, I've been listening to mom and you all my life. Well, that's not the case anymore. You have to make decisions for yourself as a man and as a husband. You can't do that. What are you doing to prepare? Well, I told her, this is going to subside soon. This is just temporary. The paparazzi want. She said, "Are you going to be honest with her? When are you going to be honest with her about what's about to be her life moving forward? Stop when. Ceasefire when, John. That's not realistic." Well, I was all right. I could try that. Like, this is a boy, unfortunately, and they made him this way. They allowed it to get this far. But this is not a man. It's an attractive man, but it's not a man. Ashley.
This conversation, I wasn't mad at. I was like, Carolyn, well, so part of it really, again, I don't like the disconnect that I feel like she has with Carolyn. I don't like the Carolyn dynamic. I think that there could be more grace extended. So yeah, I hear your wife's a crack whore. How's she taking it? How's it going? I've read it. Ugh. You haven't talked to her? Yeah, no, I haven't talked to her since the party. You want me to reach out to her? You want me to have a conversation with Carolyn? Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I'm so sorry, John. I hope she makes it though. I know it's hard. I've seen her all over the front pages, but yeah, there's nothing I can do. But I agree. I think Carolyn did a great job encouraging her husband to go see his sister. That needs to happen. At the end of the day, these two have all they have is each other at the end of the day, that can really understand what they've been through, the life they've led, the loss that they've experienced. I just need Caroline to ease up just a little bit, and I need John to be more serious. I like that she's the voice of reason, and to me, she's the loving voice of reason. And he does need that. I'm not going to take that away from him. I just feel like Berman was an ass. But no, this was fine. What I really want from Caroline most is for her and Carolyn to have a connection. I love it every time she gets John together. Every time we're going to have a conversation and she gets John together, I'm fine with it. But I really, 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 not just inside of coaching John on how to deal with Carolyn, I would like Caroline to reach out direct. Like, I would like them to have a sit down and really come to some sort of
Yeah.
sisterly bond. That might be asking too much. That may never happen, but I
I
would
don't
love
know.
to do that.
I think it's asking a lot. I think she's jaded. I think she's jaded, from just their relationship dynamic growing up as children and the space he had to just be who he is and mess up and whatever. I had to go and be the Kennedy way. And now you brought someone else in here that I also have to build up because I'm sure this isn't the first time that she's had to course correct and talk John through it. And I've always, I come to my sister and, y'all clean up the mess and redirect, but now mom's gone and now it's like, and I just like, I don't want to do that anymore. I think Carolyn is just meeting Caroline in a very awkward space at an awkward time. And it's just like, oh, here we go. Now it's not just one, you brought someone else and we're just supposed to adjust and accommodate. I've been adjusting and accommodating to you all my life. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not mad at Caroline. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. This is the way the cookie crumbles, and this is the way things have fail. Like she said, that's not the way. That's not the way we do that. Now this was Lord. I was like, oh Lord, leave her alone. We had already barely touched down in the beginning of the episode. Is she pregnant? What's yeah? Aren't you prone to having twins in your family? When is the baby coming? It's just like, well, dang, like we just got here. And then it slowly just unfolds to more, and she makes us aware, like they calling her a B all the time. Well, it was nice that they actually used my name this time. Most of the time, they shout B and they shout all of these derogatory, slur type things to me. It's just sickening. And then it's, another red carpet, another day, another time to smile and act like everything's okay. Baby, they were wearing that see you next Tuesday out. I say, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was like, leave her alone. This was a bit too much. And you can tell the way that her face and her energy and her mood shifted. And it was already shifting from the time that we got out of the car. And mind you, this is an incident following when I'm like, where's the security? John, you're back up. Get away from her. Baby Carolyn's back there, wailing in the wind, grasping, trying to get his hand because the paparazzi's all in her face. This is not protection. It's just like, oh, leave her alone. Back up. You guys are doing too much. Baby, if you can't be the body or the muscle or whatever, just hire someone. That goes a long way for me. But it's not just so much that. It's what this is doing to her mentally, and it's tearing her up. And per usual, John is none the wiser. Like, oh well, yeah, she's just not feeling well. She's just gonna go along and go in. But I'm here. I'm open to speak to the press, like I always am. She's just tired. Ashley, how did you feel about all of these See You Next Tuesdays?
Yeah, that was crazy. And I'm not mad at her. They were like, yeah, she not gonna, yeah, hell no. I'm not giving y'all anything. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna keep it cute, and I'm gonna walk into this building. Yeah, what is she wearing? Yeah, she's wearing Fujo Amada. I don't know the man's name. Y'all drop the designer's name because I completely butchered that. But no, I think at some point she's gonna have to figure out how I can make a stand, how I can figure out how I'm gonna navigate life if I'm gonna stay in this situation. Honestly, at this point, if it's me and I'm Carolyn, I'm leaving. I'm so sorry, John. I love you. I really do. But I can't do this. This it's not for me. I think the constant abuse, the constant, like, honestly, you're getting pushed, you're getting shoved, you're getting grabbed at, they're talking about you, like, and there's nothing you can do. And then follow it up with a newspaper headline the next day, like, damn, what if I really had been pregnant? What if I had lost a baby? What if we can't get pregnant? Like, what are all of these things? There's so many dynamics that come into play. What pissed me off about this was John's reaction because he looked irritated. Like, you mad because I walked off, John? Did you hear? Did you
He's
see? Are you
oblivious
oblivious to
to
all of this,
anything.
sir? Like, I thought she was justified. And that night, that was my favorite look of the episode. She looked
She
incredible,
always
hair
looks
laid.
great.
I love the red lip. I say, you better strut, honey. You better go off in that building and leave John out there to deal with his public. Damn it.
It's public.
Yeah.
It's very that. It's like if John is very, if you just do this, if you just warm up to him, if you be open, because he's only known the paparazzi one particular way. Nobody's writing anything bad about you. Like it's a different thing over here with her. And it's just like, oh, okay, maybe she'll adjust later. Like let me do my part for my public. No, I'm having a terrible experience and you're just not seeing it. I'm not being protected, John. Hello. He's just not, he's oblivious because this is my life. And like she said, this has been my life all my life. He doesn't know anything different. Now, this is when I knew those words stung. Because he said, you know what? All you have is your name and your looks, John. You're nobody. Say, look at here, Michael, if you just feel inadequate about the way you look, it is okay.
It is. He did.
That's all you have. You're never going to do anything. You're never going to amount to anything much. People only even deal and entertain you because of your family name. You're nothing without that name. And the way we jumped immediately, I can be something. Let me go on over here because I'm ready to throw my hat in the political ring. What? What, John? What? Yet another thing to put a strain on our relationship because the way you set up in that lady's face. What? Me? Politics? No, I have no desire. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna find my own way, Carolyn. I don't want to do that. You don't have to worry about that aspect of my life. No, we will never be that. Here we go. We were just at a party 5 minutes ago rejecting it. Oh no, I don't see. It's just very hopscotch. I have to do something. I have to make a name. I think he really feels a way that the public maybe thinks that about him. As much good as they say and how they may be treated, it's just like, who are you outside of that name? Are you just your looks? I have something to live up to that's just not, the family's expectation or the legacy, my own. I want to be somebody. I want to go somewhere. I want to prove. I got to prove something. And then there's that weight that weight of the world on his shoulders. It's just like, well, yeah. So let's sit down and have a talk. Now we don't get into this talk, but we know, what they're talking about and what's about to happen. But the way that we could just jump, like there is no direction at all. Like he just doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. And I was really anticipating getting to this point because just in the public, it seems like it was like a sound decision or like a more of a business move and something calculated, like this is the moment that I've been waiting for to kind of curve into the political ring, and I'm passionate. Like it just feels like, nope, the George magazine is failing. This is the next best thing. I need to go ahead and no, you don't. This is such a major thing to just kind of slide and jump over here and do all willy nilly, especially without probably talking to your wife. Ashley.
Yeah, I mean, in this conversation, I didn't see him acquiescing fully. I did
Mm-hmm.
see the approach, and I think this is probably one of the many approaches that he got because, yeah, John is fine, but Senator JFK Jr. sounds way better. When are you ready? Yeah, we can have this conversation right now, but make sure you don't tell Carolyn. Carolyn can't know. So it's already like you're about to operate in secrecy. We know what you're about to do, John, in this moment. And I think that's low down because that is one of the promises that he made to her prior to the marriage. Like, yeah, I have no interest in that. That's definitely not something I want to go for because she's like, we already know how she was acting like she was hemming and hawing about the marriage anyway. That was one of her, kind of seal the deal moments. Well, as long as you're not going into politics and that's not going to be our life, then I might be, okay with this. And then, of course, we're going to go back to Mama's conversation. Is that what you really believe, Carolyn? You don't think he's going over there? All right. Okay. Well, let's just say that's not the case. But now it's absolutely the case. I think outside of all of the pressures, this would be the betrayal for me that would take it
Yeah.
over the edge. Like I said, if I'm Carolyn, I'm out of here. And I don't even believe in divorce like that unless it's like abuse or
I'm
adultery.
out of here.
But listen, I'm gone. This is too much. I want to live. I want to live. And honestly, what makes me so sad is I feel like there's so many warnings. There's so many warnings for Carolyn as she's embarking this. Like, this is not it, baby. This is not it. Your mama with her extremes, all of that, the paparazzi, not feeling safe, being locked in your house, and now this betrayal. Because it would feel like a betrayal to me for him to come out and say he's running for anything. I would have had to hit the bricks, baby. John, do your biggest one, sir. I gotta go. I want to live. I don't
I don't know. With John, everything just seems so irresponsible and like, oh, it's serendipitous, it's spontaneous. I want to be a lawyer today. Like, sir, that's just not cool. Especially, I was hoping when we got to this point, he was gonna speak to Carolyn first, but clearly, after words were minced down at the office, you're never gonna amount to anything. You're nothing without that name. Let me show. I can show you. You don't need to show him anything. You need to show yourself and show your wife. Is John oblivious? That selfish, or is this the curse of that much unchecked proof? All of it, all of it combined, because he doesn't seem aware of his wife's issues at all. No, no, no. I don't know. These are teenagers. I don't care what nobody say.
He gonna give her a hug and a pat on the back, but that's it. It's gonna be back to,
It's gonna be
you know,
okay. Like,
yeah, you're fine.
yeah,
All right. I'm off for that interview. I'm off. I'm off to do that show. I'll be back, Carolyn. You stay cool.
maybe the way she be doing her good acting, looking like Mama Meryl Streep. She do. I said, girl, you better get your Sophie's Choice on. You better cry, girl. This is this was a beautiful. This was sad. This was a beautiful shot. I was like, ooh, her sitting on that brick backdrop and us kind of just panning out and then panning back in when John gets there as she's going through those tabloids, sinking in everything that they've said about her. She said they said I'm on drugs. They said I'm pregnant. They said I was a crack whore. They said all kind of things about me. Like, I can't. I can't do this. And it shouldn't even just take for her to get to this point to be this broken for John to see her. Like, Lord, I don't know where the communication lies, but I feel like it's just been adjust. I know you heard them call me see you next Tuesday 55 times on those red carpets, John. Do you have nothing to say, nothing to do? I'm not feeling protected. I'm overwhelmed. I'm emotional. I'm breaking down. I'm about to have a whole emotional collapse. And it's just like, bring it in. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, oh, I got to do something. What are you going to do, John? Besides roll into next episode and say, well, now that you're all calmed down and because at this point they kind of do it subtle. I wish we got to see those visits. Carolyn is seeing a therapist. She said, I can't even go and talk to my therapist, go outside and smoke a cigarette without them giving negativity around what I'm even in therapy for. Like, it's just sickening. But she's breaking down slowly, and it's, well, I'm having this one track mind and this selfishness of what I need to prove and attain for my selfish John. You're just supposed to be my first lady by my side, supporting. That's why he was so quick to want to give her that. You know, you can get an office here. We can just be a team. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for this, John, and I'm breaking. Can you see me? And we're gonna have a pat on the back and a talk and a hug, and here's a little soup. So yeah, I'm about to run. I'm about to run for political office, John. I don't know. This was really sad, baby, but she does her wonderful, great acting here. She's phenomenal. Ashley.
Yeah, they broke that baby in a couple months. I said, "Damn, that's all it took is a couple months." And what this is really reminding me of in this space with John, I don't know if you guys are seeing the trend about all the women left on hikes or whatever. Have y'all seen that? Like about all of these women who've gone on dates, either with their significant other, their husband, their partner, someone they're dating, and the men will leave them. Like they'll go on and finish the hike and just leave them basically to fend for themselves. That's what I feel like is so overwhelming in this relationship. It's like, all right, you good? All right, pat on the back, baby. I'll rub your, yeah, they're at her gynecologist office. They're at the, they're at the lady's house, the couch that she lays on. They're everywhere, but I'm gonna go. All right, you're good now, Carolyn. I'm gonna go. It's for me as if he never saw her. It's like he never exactly Alpine divorces. That's
Never
what
heard
it's
of that.
called. It's a whole thing. Y'all got to go down the rabbit hole. It's a whole thing. These men will leave these women. Like, I'll be back. I'm just gonna leave you here on this mountain while I go finish the hike since you can't do it. Like,
What?
I'm gonna just leave you. Yeah, it's like abandonment. It feels crazy. And I'm like, and y'all still talk to these men after they left you? Anyway, that's what this feels like to me. The Alpine divorces. Anyway, it feels like to me he never really saw her for the person that she is. I think he saw her as like an archetype or like this vision of something, what she represented. I think that's what he liked about her. I don't think he
Mm.
ever really got to know Carolyn, her dreams, who she was as a person, the things that she wanted out of life, what she could handle, what he wouldn't. I think he liked the idea of her. I think that she was an act of rebellion. I think she was a lot of different things wrapped up, but I don't think he ever really sees her for who she is. And honestly, I don't know if he too much gives a damn. Like I said,
Yo,
he gives
Carolyn is a strong black woman at this point. You buck
I'm
up.
gonna leave you on the side of that mountain, baby. You figure it out. I'll be back. I'll come get you,
Oh,
but
Lord.
you stay here for now. I'm gonna finish this hike. I'm gonna finish this 5K. But you stay here and I'll come back. Yeah.
I'm going up this mountain to save my marriage. It's like you're strong, you're capable, and that's what he was like. Oh, she's just assured in herself. She knows who she is, mom. I'm not gonna have to worry about her. No, you still do. You still do, and you should as my husband. But it's just even when he's in the office before he slaps Mike across that desk and punches him in the face. It's like, oh, I'm just dealing with Kim so much. My wife is just. Are you really? He's acting like it's a. I think it's more of a burden to him at this point that she's not just acquiescing and falling in and being that wife who can just assimilate and she's just good. Like, oh, it's supposed to be seamless. It's not. And he didn't anticipate that, and she didn't anticipate this neither, because you thought John was gonna protect you. What did that even mean when he said it? You're not protecting me from the. Did you talk to the paparazzi? Did you tell them? Tell them. Are you mad? I don't know. Oh Lord, do you think she truly saw him, Ashley?
No, I think it's very similar. I think she loved the idea of JFK
Shallow.
Jr. I think she loved the idea of status. I think she loved that full thick hairline. I think she loved that tight physique and that tight booty in the back. I think she liked all of that, but I don't think she knew him either. Like I don't think she really got him. Because at no point, baby, you could have saw this in dating. When he was 30 minutes to that first date, that should have told you everything that you needed to know about John. He could give a damn. When he went back over there with y'all know her,
Daryl.
Daryl, you knew what
Uh-huh.
it was, baby. Like it never gave that.
Hmm.
It gave, again, this was his act of rebellion, and this was your step up.
This
Hate
is
to
too
feel like
much.
that, but I don't think she saw him either.
And John lives a life of privilege. John's answer to everything is, well, it's a call away. I can make a phone call and we can just wrap this up. You want a gift? You want me to send you a billion flowers to your office? What you wanted me to, buy out the restaurant? It's very answer. I can. This isn't anything you can fix with your money. You have to be here and support your wife, and he's not prepared to do that. They both like the idea. Now that we're here, what we's gonna do? I don't know, child. Then we end up here. She's a sullen girl. The way I said, baby, Carol gonna smoke them cigarettes. She gonna smoke them cigarettes. I was like, oh, soon as the cue came up for that Fiona Apple, I was like, oh, girl. I said, oh, poor thing. Oh, not Fiona and her 17-year-old angst.
Listen.
This is too much. It's too much. By the time we got here, I said, okay, cue little actor bay. Cue little model bay. Where's that model? Where's that model? This Carolyn, because they both reside in a space of kind of immaturity, they just weren't prepared and ready for this. I think she's going to rebel. I think all of this, I think she's going to act out and she's going to rebel and it's going to cause chaos and distinction in the ranks. It's going to be like, well, where were you all night? What's going on? I was out. Don't worry about it. I was out living my best life. I think that this is going to be going downhill really, really soon, and some fights in the park are going to happen again. Ashley, she's a sullen girl.
She is. When Fiona queued up, I said, this is appropriate. I know Fiona well. I've been down to those Fiona streets, honey. That CD got wore out. Do you hear me? When that person
it's so good. And the second one, wore out.
Listen, Fiona's that girl, all right? So when that played, I said, oh, yeah. And I said, and she up smoking cigarettes at night. Oh. She's chain smoking reefer out the window, looking at like, what I was going to do. I think because we have known her to be kind of known for making some moves, I wouldn't be surprised if she does something, because you have to break free or they're going to keep you in this cage, baby. You're going to have to do something, or she's going to get whipped into submission. Either way, there's not really a way that she can win. The public has already painted her whatever way, as much as they say it, and it probably sounds cliche. You've got one time to make a first impression. She's already made really bad first impressions in terms of the public eye and the court of public opinion. Outside of extreme charity work, a whole media training, and like a redemption, whatever, I don't know where we go from here. It feels as though she's just going to remain hated. And I hate that for her, because she doesn't deserve all the vitriol that she's getting, because she's not willing to kind of relinquish or submit. So they can go either one of two ways. She can get beat into submission and just keep her head down and go on about her daily kept life, or she can rebel. I would favor rebellion. I'd be interested to see where
you favor rebellion, Ashley.
For the sake of the show, I mean, I would. But I just want her to find some semblance of peace before she passes.
I feel like she's gonna go try to find some peace, and we know where her peace is. Because right now the family's kind of on the fence too. We can't even find Mama. So Mama, why didn't she come to see me? She's not calling. Like, she know the phones works, but my sister, like, who's always going to be there and show up for me? That model. I can't remember his name. What's his name?
I remember. I call him the model. Literally, I don't know his name.
The fine model. He's going to be there and be a shoulder, somebody to to anchor her and talk to. And Carolyn very much so gives, like John, those things they have in common: rebellion. Oh, you think I'm this? Let me really give you something to talk about then. I don't know. It's about to get messy. Predictions for episode 8, Ashley.
I don't know, but did you know that old boy who directed One Battle After Another was married to Maya Rudolph and left Fiona for her? That's a weird bit of knowledge. Reclaimed and rested. I'm so sorry. But predictions, I don't know, y'all. I don't know where we're going. I know it's going to delve further into married life, probably start the course of his political whatever that's going to be like. I'm really interested to see how far this is going to go off the rails. Again, my hope was for her life that she found some sort of semblance of peace before she passes. So at some point, I do hope we get that there's a moment of contentment or, some solace that she finds here. We're almost close to wrapping up this season, and this is a one time, right? He'll probably do this anthology style. I don't know. So I'm sure it'll be something political next episode.
Oh, that's his name. She gonna go see about Michael. She'll say, "What you doing? You up? You free? You want to talk?" She's gonna be grasping at something, because Carolyn is she's this is too much out of her element, and she's I think she's become like accommodated to being a little revered, adorned, admired, and never have a bad thing to say about her. This is a complete like flip on her life. Like, whoa, excuse me, me, what? And then it's unwarranted and undeserved because I didn't do or that's not my life. Like, why am I so hated? Because we wanted John and he's with you. Like, excuse me. Like it's like I'm undeserving of this place or this marriage. So I'm hated. It's tragic. I think she's gonna rebel, and that's what's gonna wake John up. Like, well, hold on, what's going on here? Where are you? What's happening? I think it's gonna be that because as long as she's crying in the corner and she's dealing with her emotions inward and going to therapy, and I can write a check about it. That's different. I don't know where you are. You over there with Michael, trying to see what that be like, or trying to be hugged, ma'am. No. I think we about to see some arguments, and I'm hoping that she finds some peace, like you said. I think they're going to have to work it and write it in a way to where we feel it. But just that anxiety that we see in that first episode in the nail color situation and how she just wasn't really anticipating even meeting up with him, like they were in a bad place. It didn't feel like it. So I'm hoping they get really creative with it and give us some peace and give their characters some peace. But y'all, shout out to the Southern girls. That was Love Story. That was fun. Feel,
Yeah, good time.
yeah, I feel vindicated. Ashley, anything you want to
Not
share with the folks?
vindicated.
Anything you want to share with the folks before we get out of here?
No, just thank y'all for coming through. Thank you for supporting the live tonight and coming through. My upload will be up in the morning as it is every single Saturday for this show. And stay tuned. There's stuff coming up. Hopefully Imperfect Women is next week. I know we're excited to talk about that with Kerry Washington, honey, and June from The Handmaid's Tale. What is that lady name in real life, Tyra? I can't even think of her name.
June.
I'll be on the lookout for some new shows we're going to dive into in the next couple weeks. So thank y'all for being here.
Yeah. For anybody who is a member, we will be doing a members only watch along Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to close you guys out with the promo for that, and we will see you next time with hopefully more Love Story. Y'all have a good night. Hit that like button. Yeah, that was the conversation. We had about 115 people in here steadily. You're muted.
I said awesome, awesome, awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a good turnout for it tonight.
They gonna come with the name. Said Elizabeth Moss. You talking about Elizabeth Moss?
Yeah, that's what I meant. They knew the hell I was
Elizabeth
talking
Moss. Like June.
Child, her face distracts me from her name.
Girl, oh, she looked like a foot. I don't give a damn what nobody try to paint it. That's a foot. But they sell it. That was the main thing for me in Handsman. So y'all not gonna tell me they out here clamoring for June's coochie like this.
Oh yeah,
they act like June was so fine. I was like, where?
Wanted, revered. They love a mid-white woman. They do.
Girl, so fine. I mean, so Serena Joy was a hot ass mess, but Serena was gonna give you look. She was gonna give you something.
Oh, Serena gonna give you face, honey. She
Girl.
face. June was not giving face.
June was gonna give you mean and surly. Yeah, this was good. This is the energy I like. Having something, you have fun talking about it. Look, we gotta come here and drag something for filth every time. I don't want to do that.
I know. I think Imperfect Woman is gonna be good, hopefully. Oh goodness, I gotta get this stuff ready. I was trying to figure out my dinner order. They were tripping. I think they canceled it. I'm gonna have to.
Not your dinner order. Actually, you need to make some girl dinner.
I'm hungry. I had
a really great great girl dinner the other night.
Got some sardines and
First of all, it was mackerel. I had some mackerel. Had some mackerel. I made a little tuna. Okay, a little tuna medley. Had half of a I made a little soy egg. It was good.
mm,
Uh, I had pickled beets, pickled okra, olives. Look at Ashley. Oh god.
that's some real elderly stuff, Tyra. I just want you to know. Pickled, pickled okra.
Yes, I had pickled okra.
We're still live.
Are we?
Hmm.
We shouldn't be. The stream is ended. Is it not?
Oh, it might have just stopped because it was like we were still on screen.
Why?
I don't know.